Okay, we'll get started. Good evening. So we all have, you all have been there most of the day, listening to various advice from the funds perspective, investor perspective, and here a lot of leveraging India's strength, engineering, software, various things. Here I'm going to speak a bit of my personal experience as a startup going from what I call bits and bytes to nuts and bolts. So going from my engineering design background to a hardcore manufacturing in India, and journey and challenges and what could be the, some of the pitfalls, what could be the opportunities for you to see how we can take it forward if you have to do something of this nature, what to watch out, So if we globally see how the world stack up today in a manufacturing perspective, India is in a sweet spot because of opportunity has been provided by the global challenges, especially on the West. The regulatory challenges from the EU countries on the REACH, which is the environmental side of it. And then you are seeing on the US, a lot of tariff issues and everything, discussions going on, and new presidency, new challenges, and also the unavailability of skilled labor. That's the biggest challenge the West is facing today. And that challenge is not going to go away anytime soon. And I think that is what the big problem West is facing. That's where the consumption is also. So when a location where consumption is, and where the high tech, especially on the aerospace area where we are focused on, is predominantly, that is where the manufacturing was historically, and they are facing the shortage of skill, labor, and manpowers. And East Asia, which is predominantly driven by China, which is a global powerhouse for manufacturing, especially on the electronics and across the board, capital goods, manufacturing, and various China challenges, the internal changes in the law, and also the geopolitical situation with West, especially with US, and the cost of labor, which is creating big challenges for China also. They have to go more toward automation, and that is not, obviously, there are lower cost. We cannot automate 100% everything. So there is going to be always a portion which is going to be, has to be labor intensive, and labor is moving towards a higher value add than the lower value added products are still available in the market. So that brings an opportunity for India as an emerging market opportunity. We have Indian government significant thrust in the recent times on the PLI side, and various manufacturing incentives, including the infrastructure is the biggest challenge. One of the things to grow the manufacturing, Gut Shakti, the port developments, the infrastructure, road connectivity improvement, all those things are also big investments government is doing. It's all helping. And we have abundant labor availability, both I would say technical and unskilled labor, So those two have to be leveraged and put them with the right level of skilling and right focused area. We need to get them into the manufacturing, the manufacturing platform. It has been done in the services side. Now I'm talking about doing it on the manufacturing side. So this is the opportunity for India. I mean, we were like $395 billion kind of a opportunity manufacturing India, going to grow to like 1 to 1.4 trillion by 2030, somewhere around that. And significant portion of this is going to be contributed by the electronic side of it, which was driven significantly by PLI in the recent times. And India has opportunity that we cannot be missing, but we have been on this journey for a long period of time ourselves, even before any PLI came, even before any of these China plus one strategies came. Truly, we were trying to leverage the India manufacturing side of it. And today, if I look at it, verticals which are riding on the manufacturing, 4 verticals I see. One is automotive, has a good growth opportunity. It's actually quite a bit driven by the local consumption. We are today most probably about 4 million vehicles per year, four-wheelers, and China is 24 million. US is 15 million. In fact, US used to be 20 million back in 2015, 16 timeframe. It has come down, consumption of overall vehicle per year, and China has gone from, in last 20 odd years, from 4 million per year to 24 million per year right now. So the consumption has increased, and that's a big opportunity. We see that. And aerospace and defense, on the defense perspective, India is very committed right now on, the Atmanirbharta, and they are going to be focused on domestic investment. They have made a big list of various products, 260 products, which cannot be imported. So that provides a straightaway opportunity for India on the defense side of it. And commercial aerospace, India is one of the fastest growing market today. India has growing about 16% a year on the aviation sector. That should drive opportunity back into India in a big picture perspective. There are a lot of nuances underneath, which government needs to solve this problem in terms of there is no reciprocal purchase agreements. All these things that are happening today. India is only 2% of the 1.5% to 2% level at the global procurement supply chain perspective. What happens out of India in aerospace, commercial aerospace, and whereas we are about 10% of the global aviation market in the future. So we got to drive this, disproportionate buy and sell situation, and that is something which we need to focus on. Means it's just not government doing it, but also we as an industry need to do a lot of investments and capability building to make sure that there is more procurement happens from India. Then coming on the medical devices and equipment, India is a big 1.4 billion population, and our per capita income is increasing. The medical, in people investing on medical side, treatment and everything is increasing. Sophistication is coming, technology is changing. So we'll adapt, and with government support on insurance and various other activities, various other programs, and we will see the big consumption coming in this. And advanced technology products is the last piece which I was talking about, electronics, and whether it's, whether it's the AI, ML, all the bit driven consumption, what we see, that's another area which four verticals what I see big opportunity in terms of growing in the in opportunities for India. So, what are the challenges, barriers to scaling? Obviously in manufacturing, we have to address these things to get over this. One is basically demonstrated value, differentiated value proposition. We went about doing it at scale. We wanted to build a scale and have a vertically integrated ecosystem. So we had to do this. It took us 15 years for me to build this, but it's a journey. You have to commit, you have to invest, you have to deliver. And that having such a scale and a vertically integrated ecosystem makes it easier for us to do that. But each one have to come up with their own opportunity. And number two, you got to become a strategic supplier to whomever you work with, because it cannot be a transactional. You got to really align your own vision with their vision, or 5-10-year vision of theirs, and make sure that we are able to do this. And it's very important to make sure you do that. And ultimately, if you are a product company or you are a contract manufacturing company like us, you got to deliver quality and on time. That's a given. It doesn't matter what the price it is. A lot of times people come down and talk to me and saying that, hey, we have this product, we do this thing, we are the cheapest guys to do this, we can do cheaper than anybody else. Quality is good and delivery is good. They cannot be the differentiators. They are basic minimum requirement to be in the industry, to play, to be in the playground. If you don't have that, you don't even have entry to the playground. So you got to build beyond that. It's a necessary hygiene. So that's very important. And then I call preparing for a marathon. We think this is what we're going to get. It's going to take $10 million to get to that level, but it will take $20 million. We think it's going to take 2 years to get there. It's going to take 4 years. So be ready in the manufacturing, because a lot of unknowns happen, especially in a country like India, where we have a lot of regulations changing, fixing, export, domestic, EOU, DTA. So, but you have to work through figuring it out. Where do you want to focus? Who's the strategic customer? What is that absolutely needed to support that at any condition? And that's what we need to do that. And then you got to invest. You cannot be where you were yesterday. You got to look at what is the next, because every industry is changing, technology is changing, the competitors are changing. You don't know where the next competitor is going. So you got to keep it going. So you have to continue to look at what is your long-term value stream looks like and what portion of the value stream you are going to take. And it's important to take that forward. So this is what we have built over a period of time, over 15 years. It's a 250-acre special economic zone, started with the barren land. Today, about 3 million square feet of operating facilities there. It's a fully vertically integrated, all the way from forging, surface treatment, material, and machining, assemblies, everything done in a single location, in multiple facilities. And we have material supplier, raw material suppliers, cutting tool suppliers, bought-out item suppliers, everybody integrated into that, 32 operating units in the single zone, each helping each other to succeed, ultimately. And several of the suppliers based here supply all over the India. Today we have products which are 100% manufactured in India, vertically integrated. We started at 20%. There are products 15-year journey later. We are here like spinner in an aircraft engine, the front, what you see. We make 60% of the global volumes out of India, out of our zone. It's 100% India made. Aluminum all the way produced, fully finished, shipped all over the world, for assembly. So anything, it takes a journey. It takes a journey, and you got to be at it, and you got to do it. And is it tough? Yeah, absolutely. Is it challenging? Absolutely. But nothing comes easy. So you got to do it. You have to invest. You have to deliver. You have to have a long-term vision and do that. So we pretty much supply to every OEM around the world and every tier ones around the world from this side. And in closing, I'm running out of time. So I just wanted to leave some thoughts behind for various people. All sorts of people are here. From industrial leader perspective, so invest in tech and people. Ultimately, your people are the one who will make differentiation. They are the one who are going to take you forward. And the process is to be able to deliver consistent results. That's what I would say. And a policymaker, you got to really create an environment where innovation, investments come, and infrastructure is ready for people to operationalize. You don't want people to waste their time and resources on the, and ESDM technology companies, build your core technologies, get deep into global supply chain. It's very important. It helps to be able to differentiate yourself. A&D startups, get into strategic manufacturing. As I said, indigenous, identifying some defense technology, which is a big opportunity today. We personally, Aequs is not a big defense player because we are very focused on a global commercial aerospace industry. And we have just started looking at some defense stuff, and recently we started doing some of that stuff. And auto innovators, China is way, way ahead in this game. And we just absolutely do everything. We should have started yesterday. We cannot stop. We have to really run really fast to get anywhere close to where we need to be. And that's what I would say. I think that's my closing. Thank you.